It is the Schoolsfirst Financial Corner, Scott.
Jumping in the corner.
This is good, yeah. And this is really neat because we're talking about credit cards, store credit cards. Every time I walk into Nordstrom or I go into Macy's, and I'm sure you've gotten this too, they always say, would you like to open up a credit card and take another 20% off?
And what do you say,
Well,
Gary
I want the
Gelfand?
20% off, but I do say no.
Good for you.
Right? He's going to tell us if
Jonathan
that's right or
Wesson's
wrong.
going to tell us. All right, welcome in. First time we've had the chance to meet you. You're holding it down up in Folsom, we understand.
That I am.
All right, love it. And you're going to tell us. You're going to give us the tips that we need here in the Financial Corner. Do that or don't do that. What are we thinking about when it comes to store brand credit cards?
So when it comes to store brand credit cards, it really depends because you have to know how you're going to manage that card. They're going to offer you some great deals up front. And if you're going to take advantage of those deals, you need to make sure that you can understand what they're offering you. So a credit card, store brand credit card is no different than a regular credit card that you're going to get from anywhere else. And you just need to make sure that you know to make those payments on time and keep that balance at 30% or less if you want to maximize the benefits from that card.
Okay.
All right, should we, should we, avoid this offer? I mean, you kind of said, kind of gauge it, but should we, overall, just say, you know what, I'm not going to take this offer?
Not necessarily, all right? Just know what you're getting yourself into. So if you're buying a big furniture or appliance, right, that 10 or 20% discount could really, it could be a huge amount for you. But if you're not prepared to pay off that balance in full when that promotional offer is over, you could easily lose that savings in interest.
With the interest you're going to be paying.
Talk a little bit about that. How do these, I know you said they are similar to other credit cards. The interest rates vary a lot from this type of credit card to others?
More often than not, the interest rates are going to be higher. But where you really want to understand is the promotional offer they're giving you. So if it's a 0% offer or deferred payment interest offer, those can affect your wallet in two different ways. With zero interest, you're not paying any interest on that term. And at the end of the term, you only have to pay interest on the remaining balance, which is usually smaller, right? So not too bad. Ideally, that's the goal. But when you're talking about deferred interest, right, if you're paying that down and it's not paid off in full at the end of that promotion, no matter how small that balance is, they're going to charge you interest back to the original purchase amount. And,
see?
And all of a sudden, that savings you got up front isn't necessarily saving you anything, it's costing you more. So you really need to pay attention to those things.
Right. Yeah, so if I buy like a t-shirt for like $15 and they're like, we're going to give you a 20% off, that's not good.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. Get something big, maybe do it, but then pay it off. Right?
That's right.
Then pay it off. That's what we do. All right, some overview tips that we need to consider.
Overview tips, really take time to really think about how are you with credit card spending, just budgeting in general, right? Are you prepared to make this large purchase and then pay off the card in full? Or are you going to get stuck in one of those traps and paying more interest? So are you ready to manage another card in your wallet? Are you ready to keep tabs on something else that, if you're not managing the card right, it's going to affect you in a lot of ways, especially your credit score.
I've got no more room in here either, by the way. I can't fit another card.
You can't even get another card in there. There's nothing. I was going to give you $20. You can't even figure it out.
I'll find room for that, my friend. I'll find room.
You mentioned credit score. Does it affect me any differently, my credit score, as it relates to opening a card like this?
Not any differently. A store brand credit card can affect your credit just like any other credit card can. As long as you're making those payments on time, keeping the balance low, it can have a positive effect for you. And we live in a world where you kind of need credit. You want to get a mortgage, you want to get an auto loan, you want to get an apartment, they're going to check your credit score. So if you're trying to build up your credit score or maintain your credit score, a store brand credit card can help you in that aspect as long as you're making those payments on time and keeping balances low.
And it seems like they're easy to get. Like they say, hey, apply for this, and before you know it, they're on the phone. I don't know who they're talking to, but they're like, they're on the phone. They're like, you're good. And how does that happen? I mean, are they really going through the right
exactly
process?
the process. That's how it goes.
A lot of it's just all computer and automated.
Okay. I'm like, wow. So it seems like people can really qualify. So maybe that's the reason why they want to get it. They're like, man, I can get my hands on a credit card.
Well, it's to their benefit, right? If they're getting you to get a card and they're hoping to get money from you. They want to get interest from you. So they want to get you in that card. They're going to try to find ways to make it happen.
So be careful.
Be careful.
And
know yourself.
That's the lesson.
Don't get sucked in with all those enticing offers.
The lesson from Jonathan Wesson. You see all the locations there. We're going to put up a little more information. Schoolsfirst. Thanks, Jonathan, for coming in.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. Make sure to check them out. Schoolsfirstfcu.org on the web. Another great time visiting in the corner here.
I love it. It's fantastic.